I know I don't look too good. I'm coming off a COVID, a really minor case of COVID that I had for about 2 days. This is the third day, and this is about as good as it gets. But so anyway, as on my third day of getting better from the COVID, I go and check out YouTube, and of course, in my feed, the first things that pop up are about Krishan Rock because for a long time I did follow her, but now there's a lot that's going on that has nothing to do with Krishan Rock really, but they're still using her name to drag people into their views, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't even care about that. I never care about that. I watch what I want to watch regardless as to how I feel about it. And if I choose to comment on it, I will. If I don't, that means I don't care. So lately, and this isn't just lately for me, since the beginning, when I first started or stopped following Krishan Rock, which has been about a year ago now, I noticed that the blueprint of what goes on YouTube is requirements are to be a liar and have no problem with being a liar, a deceiver, or an energy stealer, or just lies. Period. It's period lies, and you have to be narcissistic to do this. Very much so. Very self-absorbed and very narcissistic in order to do this, and be successful at it. Which I have a problem with that, and I'm wondering where are all the people that have a problem with that as well. If you guys can't see that these thumbnails or these headlines just to draw you into the to view the commentary. And then once you get to the commentary, it is such a letdown because it was such a lie that drove me there in the first place. I'm going to start calling out the networks that I don't like that do this repeatedly. And so what? What's the problem with that? My channel will never get views for this. My channel will never become anything on YouTube because of this. So shit. Turner Network. That's one. I think that's what he calls his shit. He's the one that says y'all guys all the time, which I think is so weird because that's so retarded. He's not only a narcissist, he's a straight up fucking liar. So the most recent video I watched by him was about Whack 100, which I had already watched the true story of what happened to Whack 100. And yes, he got hit. So what? I watched the true story come out of Dre's mouth himself. This is Blueface's brother. And he didn't hype it up like Turner Network did. Talk about he slid him across the floor and did all this other shit and beat his ass and whoop de whoop. That's not how it went. When we live in a world where you got to make up so much shit just to get people to watch what you say or listen to you as a person in general, it lets me know you wasn't nothing all your life. You got a little bit of a platform and now you just lie, lie, lie. And it seems to me that the people at YouTube are on the same track. They allow that kind of business to go on their platform, but you go talking shit inside their comments and saying things that you feel about what they're saying, and they intervene and have something to say to you. I've had this happen to me several times. Where are all the people who are sick of the lies and the narcissists being able to run shit and have platforms? This is getting very ugly and disturbing to me. Yeah, so you live in a certain time and a frame in time, and it doesn't matter. You don't let shit like this just go. You don't let it just happen and get worse and them get a better position of power over people. If this happens, I mean, this is just ridiculous how the lies are being told. And maybe this is how the world has always been, always. But there's been a check on it. There wasn't it was not to the degree where every regular anybody so-called person, or even if they were somebody to somebody, could have their own platform and have hundreds and thousands or even millions of followers by being a liar. Okay, that's just making it okay for society to realize that, hey, we can say what we want, do what we want, act how we want, and possibly become famous off this. That's not cool. That's not where we want to go. That's not a road we want to go down because lies don't lead to anything but bad self esteem, self disrespect, no accountability. Is that the kind of world you really want to live in where people are really getting a hold of the understanding of what it is they can do? YouTube is such a huge platform. There's not one person that can say they haven't been on there for some reason or another. And yes, there are millions of other things you could look at on YouTube, sure. The part of society or the sector of society that I am of, I'm talking to them. I'm talking to people that watch Krishan Rock, people that follow Krishan Rock, people that follow anybody that has to do with her, anything to do with her. So just think about it for a minute. I know there's other people out there that think like me that this is just crazy out of hand, out of hand. And I'm not trying to boycott anybody or anything like that. But what I am saying is there should be a space for people who see this, for us to put our brains together, to brainstorm on how to. Some of these people need to be straight out of here. They don't need to be here, period. Krishan Rock is definitely one of them. She don't need to be here with 5 million followers. Just because that's what she's got doesn't mean she deserves it or cares about having it. It's clear that she doesn't. But when you're lying to a whole bunch of liars who see nothing wrong with this type of behavior, there's a problem, and we really should look into it. Until next time, I hope some people see this, and if you're on board, go ahead and get on board and subscribe to my channel. And let's get this movement going because this is crazy. A bunch of narcissistic people lying to a bunch of narcissistic people that are fans. Is that okay? Is it okay in the day and age we live in where this platform allows people to do as they like to do? To be legends in their own mind, even if they're not legendary. Period. They're not. They ain't shit. So let's hopefully get this figured out and at least get some of this shit knocked down to like a half of what's going on. If we could get them all out of here, that'd be great. There's nothing wrong with people who are on YouTube doing positive things to lead people in positive directions. And I know you can't get that everywhere in the world, but this shit, okay, this shit is ridiculous. I mean, it's the blind leading the blind, and most of them are in my community. Most of them are black or lower class or poor people. And that's the people that I concern myself with. We don't have to settle for fucking shit like this. Period. I'm not saying I'm any better than anybody because the reason I can follow this lifestyle and understand it is because believe me, I was in it thick. I was a blood gang member, homie. I did. My time, I did a lot of bad things and a lot of shit that I didn't want to see, I saw throughout this life. So don't get it twisted. I'm not no goody two-shoe at all. I am blessed to know better. Even when I was doing what I was doing, I knew better. I come from a family that didn't come from that kind of shit. I didn't have a shitty ass, faulty ass mom, at least not in the way that Carlissa is. And there's things that Carlissa says that I fully agree with. It's okay to have love for a person on one side of what they say and not love everything they say. But when you're a blatant liar about everything you say on your YouTube channel, you just over exaggerate everything, there's something wrong with you. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself, and clearly you're not, so you need somebody to stop you or at least go up against you. Royalty. You are another one that just be lying, saying shit out your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about, and that's not okay. In the world of academia, you do have to back up your words with facts, okay? And I'm not saying, I know YouTube is not an academic space, but y'all need to get y'all's shit together. Y'all need to get it together and have more pride in yourself. Because when you just do that to the public, to me, dude, you don't deserve a platform at all. Because you don't give a fuck one way or another how shit goes. All you care about is yourself. That's, again, a narcissistic trait. So, excuse me and how I sound today. I'm coming off of a minor bout with COVID. And next time I won't be sounding like this. And I hope that there's some people that watch this video and agree with me. And I will be back with more commentary on these commentariers or these YouTubers, whatever you want to call them, because I think that they're pathetic.